Let's step back to one of the most difficult chapters in U.S.-Mexico relations, the final stage of the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. Mexico now faced a painful decision. Should it ratify the treaty, even after the U.S. Senate had changed it? Or should it reject the treaty and risk total defeat? This was no simple debate. The process was heated, emotional, and shaped by pressure from both inside Mexico and across the border. So, what did the United States change? Let's start there. The Senate made two critical revisions. First, Article 9. Originally, it guaranteed that Mexicans in the ceded territories would keep their civil and property rights. But the Senate rewrote it. Now it only said those rights would be protected according to the principles of the Constitution. A phrase so vague it meant almost nothing. Secretary of State James Buchanan defended the change. He said it matched earlier treaties. But history told a different story. In places like Louisiana, annexed populations had struggled, often ignored, often betrayed. Second, Article 10. This one was even more devastating. Article 10 would have protected Mexican land grants, even those with imperfect paperwork. Instead, the Senate deleted it entirely. Buchanan insisted American courts would be fair, but in practice, this left thousands of Mexican families exposed. It set the stage for endless lawsuits, land loss, and widespread dispossession. Now, imagine being in Mexico City as these changes were explained. President Polk sent 2 commissioners south, hoping to secure ratification. On May 3, 1848, the Mexican Congress began its debate, and the arguments could not have been more divided. On one side were the opponents. Manuel Crescencio Rejon rose to the floor and called the treaty a sentence of death for Mexico. He warned that the U.S. would dominate the economy, that Mexicans in the ceded territories would face inevitable racism and abuse. He even argued the treaty was illegal, drafted in secret, with no authority to give away national land. His words struck fear and fury into the chamber. On the other side stood the supporters. Men like Bernardo Couto and Manuel de la Peña y Peña did not like the treaty, but they believed rejecting it would be far worse. If the war continued, they feared, Mexico might lose everything, perhaps even its existence as a nation. Ratification, they argued, was the lesser of 2 evils. A bitter compromise. One supporter even called it a treaty of recovery, not a victory, but a way to save what little could be saved. And then came the moment of decision. Despite rebellions across the country, despite the anger inside Congress, Mexico made its choice. The treaty was ratified. And with that vote, Mexico ended the war. But it came at a tremendous cost. Vast lands lost, and the fate of Mexican citizens across the border left hanging in the balance. A reluctant peace, bought at a heavy price.